All right, name a tournament that has been won by Stuart Sink.
Okay.
Has been won by Trevor Immelman.
Okay.
Has been won by Lucas Glover. All of them who happen to own major championships.
They do.
Yeah. What have they all won
Well, I know
before?
they've all played in a lot of junior tournaments, so I'm going to guess the Future Masters tournament.
They are the three major champions who have won this tournament, played in southern Alabama every summer.
Yes.
And we've got a guy who just won that tournament.
We certainly do.
He's got to start along the same
Karl
path.
Vilips is joining us, a student at the Junior Players Golf Academy. Karl, thank you so much for being with us.
No problem.
So tell us a little bit about your play in Alabama, last week. I know it was close. We're going to get into how you played the last hole because that was where the real excitement was. But first of all, tell everybody what your scores were for the tournament.
Well, I shot a 66 first round and then a 260.
4 under par?
Yes, 4 under par, and then 269s to close, but at par 70, so it was 1 under, 1 under, and 4 under.
So let's talk about your last hole. You came to the last hole, you had a one-shot lead, par 4. Why don't you take everybody through it because it was pretty exciting.
Well, I measured to the left-hand bunker. There were 2 bunkers on the fairway, one to the left and one to the right.
I saw you hit 3-wood off the tee on the YouTube clip. Were you playing the 3-wood for accuracy and to kind of hang back from the bunkers?
I was playing it to lay up short of the bunker on the left. So,
and a little too much lunch and you were a little too strong and it made it all the way to the bunker, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you get in the bunker. You've got how far?
I had 131 yards.
With a little bit of a downhill lie, if I'm not mistaken, because I saw that clip, it looked like the ball had just rolled into the bunker and you got in there and you had yourself a little bit of a downhill lie there.
It was on like the left side of the bunker. It was on a side hill lie.
Okay.
Side hill, wow. Go ahead,
tell us what happened.
I hit my 9-iron. I was on the right slope, so I assumed it was going to fade off that slope. So I tried to draw it off that hill and assuming it would hold this line and go straight. So I tried doing that and it worked and it went to 3 feet and I tapped.
Yeah, it's a pretty impressive shot on YouTube too. It goes to 3 feet and stops right there. He ends up making the birdie, wins by 2. Gets the trophy and obviously the 11 and 12. Next year he's going to move up. But we also have some other big events that you've got coming up pretty soon. Starting next week, you're going to be on the road for a couple weeks. Why don't you tell everybody what you'll be doing?
Well, in California, I have the Callaway Junior World Golf Championships. And
now the Junior Worlds, so let's stop here for a second. The Junior Worlds are the ones we always hear about.
Yes, that's a big one.
Tiger, Jason Day, many of the Australian players have always come over, and that's kind of their introduction to American golf is playing in the Junior Worlds, right?
Exactly. That's exactly right. So you've got the Junior World. After the Junior World, then where you go?
Then I go to Orlando, Florida for the Optimist International and PGA National.
And then after Orlando, you're heading up to?
Pinehurst for the U.S. Kids.
So that's pretty good. We're going to go out to Torrey Pines, we're going to go down to Orlando, and then we're going up to Pinehurst.
Yeah, and how's your summer going?
My summer, I'm going to be working later today and tomorrow and the next day, but it sounds pretty good. And, well, Karl's been working very hard on his game.
Great.
Let's talk about your game a little bit. Where do you feel like your strengths are right now?
Well, my short game is definitely my strength at the moment, 80 yards in, and always within about 10 feet.
Why don't you tell everybody what an average summer day is like for you? Now that we're not in school, we're still working on our game very hard. Why don't you tell everybody what you do?
Well, I wake up at 8 o'clock, and then I go to breakfast. And then at 8:45, the van picks us up to go to the golf course, and we start training at 9 o'clock. Then we do a bunch of exercises, and then we split into groups. Half go to short game, half stay on the range. I usually go to short game first, but then we have lunch at about 11:30, and then after lunch we go to a golf course, either Palmetto Hall, Port Royal, Oyster Reef, or another course. But we play 9 holes or 18 holes. I usually play 18 holes, but and then we go home and have some fun.
You did 18
activities.
holes at Port Royal yesterday. How did that work out for you?
I had a 63, but I played off the. I played off the green tees.
Well, Karl, we appreciate you coming in and visiting with us. We look forward to seeing how you do in those tournaments, and we will definitely report to everybody your results.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being with us.
And we'd like to thank you for being with us here on Golf Center. For Bob Stevens, I'm PGA professional Chris Tremblay. We'll see you next time.